Hello, I'm Left Plays, and well, today I've got a new video for you. It's about 343 Industries versus Bungie. Now, we all know that there's Favin and the Actman and those people whining about, pissing and moaning about Halo being too different now, and thinking that the original Halos were better. Halo Combat Evolved started it all, and I mean, seriously, it started it all. And I'm sure everyone who's watching this video who knows Halo history knows that, but if you don't, then here's the information, just FYI. And, well, it was the first in the whole series, and it started development as an an RTS, real-time strategy video game by Bungie Studios, same people who continued to make it a first-person shooter, and then it was changed to a third-person shooter, and then finally settled at first-person shooter. But all three of those genres are things that Bungie has done before. So, why are they choosing to do them again? Well, the RTS relates to Myth, the TPS relates to Oni, and the FPS relates to Marathon. So they chose FPS to make it like another Bungie first-person shooter that is not a Macintosh and PC exclusive. Then Microsoft bought them, and it turned into an Xbox exclusive. So we all know how that goes. Then the PC, which is what the footage is showing from right now, came out a couple years after it, and gotta go ahead and say this. Thank goodness that Halo PC came out, because there's mods and all kinds of stuff on Halo PC that we just couldn't have gotten on the Xbox version. The next major step in Halo was Halo 2. You got Halo 2, and it was like, oh, I can play online, because that's how it was. They introduced online play to Halo series, and, well, it stayed there ever since. It also introduced dual-wielding SMGs, pistols, plasma pistols, needlers, etc., and it's in my top 3 favorite Halo video games. The next one kept that same style going, Halo 3, and again, it had dual wielding. You could no longer dual wield needlers, but you could dual wield maulers and spikers to renew weapons, and the maulers actually only appeared in Halo 3. Well, and ODST. And I'm not going to mention ODST in a major step in Halo, like Halo 1, 2, 3, and the others. I'm not going to mention it as a game, because it really isn't a new game. It's just story expansion for Halo 3, really. But Halo 3 was the first Xbox 360 title in the Halo series, and it was really just amazing for people to play a lot. It was played a lot on Xbox Live. The next game in the series, which is actually my favorite, but it's a little different, is Halo Reach. And again, I said I'm not going to be including Halo 3 ODST as an actual game, because it was more like a story expansion for Halo 3, but Halo Reach dropped dual wielding, and, well, it added in something else, armor abilities. I'm sure you all know that. And you can make game types, and they have loadouts that you can select from. And that was really just cool for the time. And then you had armor lock and that stuff, which I like armor lock, but the Actman doesn't. And yes, he's another YouTube channel. And, oh, everyone says that Halo Reach was the worst, and it kind of was. At the same time, I love it a lot. It's my favorite in the series. The problem was that there was not a good selection of maps. The assets were reused. I guess that's not a bad thing, because in my head, I feel like Halo 3 reused assets from Halo Combat Evolved on the mission Halo at the end, which I don't know if that's true or not, but, well, it probably is because they're like the same thing. I mean, like Assault on the Control Room has you go to the control room, and Halo 3 you go to the control room of the ring. I don't know. Halo Reach, though, reused assets for everything. Hilarious thing. Halo 2 actually had a map that is in Halo Reach. But, yeah, we all know about that. But, anyways, then you have the fact that you have the game that shares assets for the firefight mode, the campaign mode, and the multiplayer mode. So of course you're gonna have some problems. So now we're gonna move on to 343i. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which we shouldn't have to talk about this. It was a traditional Halo game. So that's just out of the way. Halo 4. Alright, Halo 4. I don't like Halo 4. Nobody likes Halo 4. And that's kind of weird. I mean, it's a Halo game, so it's gotta be good. Problem was that it felt more like a traditional FPS at the time, which was 2012. I mean traditional FPS because, well, the actual traditional first-person shooter, Doom clone style thing, with no sprint, no loadouts, etc., had died off, and, well, at that time, traditional, and it still is, traditional like Call of Duty type. So it feels like it ripped a lot of stuff from the Call of Duty titles, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, etc. And, well, you could tell because, first thing, you had custom loadouts for multiplayer, and I mean, like, seriously, you could set them up. It's basically the create class system for Call of Duty, but just a little different, as in they're called loadouts, not classes, but, same thing, pretty much. Another thing, and this is carried over from Halo Reach, is Sprint, but Sprint is mandatory this time around. An armor lock was removed, making armor abilities pretty much a waste of time. Alright, yeah, I like the jetpack in Halo 4. Technically, I've played Halo 4, and I played it because it was a new game, and people play new games all the time, but it doesn't mean I liked it. I did not like it. And it stretched out the maps. Most of the maps, there are a few exceptions like Ragnarok, which was a reproduction of the Halo 3 map, and, well, it was not stretched for Sprint, but Sprint didn't even do anything, so who cares? And yeah, I'll go ahead and say this, that the campaign is just seriously, I feel like I'm about to die if I keep talking about Halo 4. And not really, but just, I'm so sick of it. Moving on to the Master Chief Collection. Okay, so before you're like, oh, the Master Chief Collection sucked. I actually liked the Master Chief Collection. I actually liked it. But I do agree, it did suck in a way. What was that way? It was buggy. It was seriously buggy. And I mean buggy, like really buggy. At launch. Now it was all the Halo games crammed into one, and it was major bugs and stuff at launch. Most of it got fixed after launch, but it failed. Next, come to my second favorite, which is Halo 5. Now, as far as being a traditional Halo video game, Halo 5 sucks. But as far as how I like it, it's perfect. I mean, Forge mode is everything that I would want out of a Halo video game. You can make flyable pelicans. You can download other people's creations and put them into your map. I mean, that's stuff that I don't think games have done before. Like, ever. Even better, there's a custom games browser, which I think is fantastic. I mean, like, we all love having our late night custom game of Infection, Fat Kid Funhouse, or Northgate Prison, Prison Guard, whatever. And, let's go ahead and say that was the successful part of Halo 5. But what was wrong with it? Sprint and aim down sights. Halo 343, I mean, you have failed me hard. Right, so they're like, hey, you want a traditional Halo game? We're not making a traditional Halo game because we don't want traditional Halo new games. Even worse, they decided not to release Halo 3 Anniversary, but instead make a throwback playlist for Halo 5. Featured all the BS that the actual game did. It featured an aim down sight system for the assault rifle and other weapons. It didn't feature that BS for the battle rifle, thank gosh, but, like, seriously. And Sprint, I already talked about Sprint, so I'm not going to talk about Sprint again. That was a problem. And what should have happened never did happen. That was Halo 3 Anniversary, and it's not going to happen. And that's a real shame because it just doesn't make sense. So you'll remaster Halo Combat Evolved and you'll remaster Halo 2, but you won't remaster the next Halo? Yeah. I mean, they're trying to get more people to buy Halo 5 Guardians. I know that. I know that trick. And it's not going to work. So just forget it. No one's going to buy Halo 5 because it's not a traditional Halo video game. And it's more like a traditional FPS. And I know that's kind of fine to some people wanting a traditional gameplay style, but like Call of Duty gameplay style, but like Halo sci-fi design with Call of Duty style gameplay. And I mean, yeah, I'm not talking like Infinite Warfare design. I'm talking just sci-fi action design. And that's basically what Halo 5 is, and that's okay. I don't care. But that is really, really, really sad what they did to Halo. So, who's really the better game developer? Well, as far as making a traditional FPS, if you're that kind of guy who wants a sci-fi video game but with Call of Duty style gameplay, then 343 is a dev for you. If you're the Halo vet and you want an arcade classic type feel, then Bungie games are the ones for you. Or, like, if you're really social for stuff, then 343i is Halo 5, even though it don't have split screen, though, is one for you. But let's talk about the successes and failures of both companies. 343i failed at Halo 5 for one reason, not including split screen. Not including split screen. I'm serious. If you've ever played Halo 5, you know that they did not put split screen in there. And that sucks. Like, seriously. When I first got Halo 5, me and someone else were going to play it. We couldn't because there was no split screen. So then I finally got another Xbox, and now we can play Halo 5 together. Which, finally, that satisfies my needs. But, like, seriously, let's get into the failures and successes of both companies. Bungie stopped making Halo after 2010. And, well, just go ahead and say that releasing a prequel to Halo was kind of a mistake, because it really tests to many Halo veterans was like, this game is not Halo. This is not a Halo game. What is wrong with Bungie? And I get it. They wanted some Halo 3 type gameplay, but they wanted a new campaign thing. I understand that's okay, but the Halo veterans didn't really like that. So really, who is the better Halo developer? Well, as far as making traditional FPS, which I already said before, it's 343i. But as far as making actual traditional FPS, like the Doom clones type stuff, with a little bit of changes, like you can't carry all kinds of weapons, you can only carry 2 at a time. Yeah, buttons for melee and grenades, etc., etc. Scoping, and it's 3D. Then Bungie is the guy. They are the guys for you. Thanks for watching, people. And I am done with this video, but thank you. If you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, it's okay. Click the thumbs down. If you stumbled upon this video by chance, then it was probably in your recommendations, because I don't really have a lot of subscribers or watch minutes or whatever. So probably just in your recommendations if you watch a lot of Halo videos. And well, if you watch Favin, it's probably in your recommendations. And if you want more content, click subscribe, because I'll be uploading more videos every week. And if you have some thoughts that you want to share with me, maybe a disagreement but you like the video, then you can use the comment section below this video. Bye. This is Wolf Plays.